Alright, this one's gonna be a real quick one here. So I'm gonna say, all praise to Yahweh Bashem El Shah Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle, salute to you, brothers, teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. Now, if you know, you got a lot of brothers that live in London. I obviously don't live in there, but they're spearheading these ULEZ zones because it's the capital of the country, and they've got these ULEZ zones, ULEZ, in other parts of the country, in these major cities, which is a good term to look up is smart cities. There's a scripture that's in my head that I was gonna get. It's kind of slipped out of my mind, but what I was gonna say, what they're doing right now. Oh, this is what I was gonna get. I was gonna get this. I'll read it after. But what they're saying now is, now if you remember, now I wanted to do a video on this, so I'm not gonna talk too much on it. So it might give the other video away. But basically you got New York, and they would charging and that, the charge for you to park. Now basically, let me word it this way. In London now, there's a certain areas where you gotta pay £12.50, if that's the fee. Brothers that are in there will let me know, just to drive in there, if you ain't got a certain type of car. As we're saying, they're saying that these cars are polluting the atmosphere, so you gotta pay, which is, your smart cities, your grid, your new world order shit, as we know. But what they're doing now is they're putting that in the whole of the city, the whole of that grid. So basically, everybody in that grid is gonna have to pay £12.50 just to drive their car, and that's not even the tax or the insurance or the road tax or nothing like that. This is a ULEZ. This is, you're paying for this global warming, all this you're paying because they're saying your car's polluting the atmosphere. And this is tying in right into these agendas that we know of. People are polluting everything, so we need to control what they're doing. We need to take their substances off them and put them on rations, basically, man. And that's what the NFC thing's going to be about now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read a quick scripture here. So this is Revelation 16 and 13. It says, "And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs." So you got 3 frogs, right? Come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, out of the mouth of the false prophet. So we know what the frogs are. London, the financial district of this new world order. Washington, D.C. And the Vatican, Rome, which is the religious side of it. So these systems work hand in hand for this NWO. So there's going to be a lot of, when you check out, there's a lot of financial, when you check CBDCs out, central banking, digital currencies, they're pushing that through certain banks in the UK. And because it's the financial district and all of that. You got the Rothschilds, you got their banks, whatever and whatnot, right? Just make it short. But, pretty much they're saying that. Now, I think what the specifics are, now someone could say, well, it's all cars, but I think what the specifics are is, let's say you got a diesel, it has to be 2015, a new car, or else you're going to have to pay the charge. I think if it's a petrol, I could be wrong on this, so someone, drop it in the comment boards and put it you know, the Ulez stuff, because you got a couple. You got Ulez and you got other ones. You got actual other ones where you drive in these neighborhoods and you got to pay charges. That's outside of Ulez now. So if you got an old car, they're saying like if you got a 2001 or something, 2002, they're saying that you're polluting the air. You got to pay just to drive that car, on top of your tax, on top of your insurance, top of your road tax, your vehicle tax, on top of all that, you got to pay this ultra low emission zone. But the point of this video, and I've read about these unclean frogs here, which is happening in this frog, and it's happening all over in the different towns. You know, in this the mother of you know Babylon. Um, you know, I can name some other cities that they got this in, but the mainly got it in the frog as well. I'm gonna play a little bit of this actually. You know, let's play a little bit of it.
He's expanding the capital's lower court of appeal said the Abortion Act didn't interfere with the rights of those they call the living disabled. The Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, says he's expanding the capital's low emissions vehicle zone, the ULEZ, to cover the whole of the capital from next summer. It's estimated 200,000 cars and vans currently on the road will be liable for the £12.50 daily charge. After public consultation, it was found a majority of people oppose the expansion.
Yeah, because people are gonna have to pay.
Cars and vans currently on the
People are gonna have to pay just to fucking drive their cars in that frog, man. So I'm gonna do another video about Alf City. You know, I'm gonna do another video on that. And you know what? The most Yahweh Shemel Shah, you know what? It's spiritual because, you know, a lot of brothers from the UK and England, you know, woke from the frog. So it makes sense that the Lord's bringing brothers out, waking brothers up from out of that, from the frog, and brothers are going to be delivered. The brothers of the elect, you know, some brothers have moved out, some brothers still in there. Doesn't really matter, but you know, we're still in the mother of Babylon. We're still in, you know, Rothschild's territory. So they just conduct a lot of business, a hell of a lot of business, especially in the financial banking district. I remember one of the brothers in the camp had went down there and did some videos, and we've done them as well. We've gone down to certain parts, you know, the Canary Wharf, and then you got other parts where they got the banking districts. Then you got the City of London, where they got their own police force and whatnot, and you know, own laws and stuff. Because the Rothschilds are operating a lot of business from out of that you know, spot, which is why it's in the scriptures, man. Just like you got the Vatican, there's a whole bunch of things going on. There's a whole lot of history with the Vatican, man. You had Jacob in there into paganism, and you even had history of the Borgias and taking down the Moors and all this history, man. So there's a lot to it. So we're gonna touch on that. Lord willing, we can go into some of that stuff, the Moors, the Borgias, and that, because I was watching some of that stuff with one of the brothers and we was meditating on that. This was a couple years back, because you had the two Borgia shows. I'm kind of going off topic a bit here, but you had a lot of these Edomites that had a big hand in taking out Jakes from different locations, whether it be the Ottoman Turks, the Borgias, and the this and the that, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to close this one out, alright? So with that, I'm going to say shalom.